I'm Christine Dufond, and I'm going to lead you through a guided visualization that will clear your chakras and connect you with your inner child and give you some inner child healing. We're going to start with just taking some slow, deep breaths. And a good breathwork practice is the 3-point breath, where you just breathe in slowly through your nose, and then you hold it for the same length of time that you breathed in, and you slowly breathe out through your mouth. And just do that several times. And you're going to ground Mother Earth through your feet. Just envision that you have roots coming from your feet into the core of Mother Earth. And then envision a lotus flower at the top of your head, which is where your crown chakra is, and that it's opening, and that you're receiving healing, love, and light from Father, Son, from God, Goddess. And go ahead and invite in your higher self and any guides and angels that are of the light that can most assist you right now. And I'm inviting mine in as well for the healing. And we're going to bring in the water spirit in the form of a waterfall. Envision a waterfall entering your crown chakra, cleansing, clearing any thoughts that aren't in service to your higher self, and replacing those with the intentions that you have of your most optimal future. And a good intention is, I am a light being in service to the better good of all. Show me the synchronicities and I'll do the footwork. And waterfall continuing down, cleansing, clearing your third eye. Right here. Of any images that don't serve you. Replacing those with a vision of your most optimal future. And go ahead now and envision just what you're dreaming of to be your most optimal future. And waterfall continuing down, cleansing, clearing your throat chakra of any stuckness, and really creating a clear channel from your higher self right to your throat chakra. And you can imagine that if your higher self or your angelic self or your light being is sometimes like hovering over your head, that you're bringing that you're creating a clear channel so that you're communicating from your higher self at all times. And waterfall continuing down, cleansing, clearing, caressing your heart, water flowing around your heart chakra. And take a moment to really feel into what's going on in your heart. If there's any pain or longing that you're experiencing, realize that these feelings are connected to your inner child. Find your inner child in your mind's eye, in your heart space, and reach out to that little one. Give them a big hug. Let them know how much you love them. Let them know the sky's the limit. They can dream big. You've got their back. You're the nurturer they've been seeking. Sometimes we look outside of ourselves for the one who will take care of us, who will help us. But we really have that in the sphere of our auric field, and that is our higher self. And I like to refer to my higher self as my angelic self. And you can as well if that feels comfortable. And that is you as the most divine nurturer to your inner child. So go ahead and just look deep into your inner child's eyes and make that connection just like you would to your own child, letting them know how much you love them. And let them feel your support and that they can trust you to keep that connection to your higher self flowing, make the right decisions to the best of your ability, to be the good enough parent. And go ahead and envision now a beautiful place in nature with trees and a warm spring pond. And this is very healing, sacred water. And we know, based on the research, that water is very healing to a human being, that water actually can take on human emotion. And so this healing warm springs pool is very healing. It's going to absorb and evaporate any trauma or density from your being, from your inner child. And so go ahead and lead your inner child to the water with you, and they're completely safe here. Your inner child has no problem swimming and floating. And so go ahead and ask the water spirit as you step in to this healing warm springs pool with your inner child to please absorb and evaporate from my being any trauma or density, any old patterns that don't serve me, that are holding me back. Please absorb and evaporate these things from my being, from my inner child. You can go ahead and float on your back. And just feel the sensation of floating in this healing water with your inner child right next to you, holding hands. You're both floating on your backs. And keep breathing into the healing and letting that water absorb and evaporate the density, any trauma, any old patterns that don't serve you from your DNA, from your being. And you might have some visions happening of what these things might be. Some thoughts from your higher self flowing in of what these things might be that you're releasing. It could also be ancestral trauma that's being released. You might have the sensation or the vision or just the claircognizance, the knowing that there's a particular guide that works with you who's also helping with this healing. Could also be an animal guide. You can go ahead and ask for just what is the next most important step for a tool, or the next most important step for you to take after this healing. Go ahead and ask your guide this question. Your guides. In your mind's eye, go ahead and stand in the pond now. Feel the soil under your feet, squishy soil, and get a healing now from Mother Earth. And your inner child is playing in the water while you're doing this. And let Mother Earth heal what most needs to be healed most from your being. And feel Father Sun shining down upon you, and also giving you an activation and a healing, an activation of love and light. And just feel the alchemy of all three of those elementals, Mother Earth, the Water Spirit, Father Sun, all working with you right now for this healing, to really ground this healing in, really letting you absolutely release that density and bring in the light and the healing from each of these elementals. Just soak it in. Let it activate your DNA to your highest level of consciousness possible this time. And go ahead now and gather your inner child and step out of the Water Spirit, thanking the Water Spirit, Mother Earth, Father Sun, and any guides that have worked with you during this healing. And come back to the waterfall cleansing. Waterfall continuing down, cleansing, clearing your solar plexus. And in any cords that are extended out, worrying about what other people think. Realizing that it doesn't really matter what other people think when the neuroscientists are telling us that 95% of our thoughts are nothing we should follow. And so that goes the same for other people's thoughts that we might pick up on. Feeling like they have that look in their face, judging us or worrying about them, judging us. Just let it all go. It's that 95% of thoughts that are from ego that we don't need to follow anyways. It's not from our higher self, not from their higher self. Let that all go. And just feel that big, what a great feeling to let that all go. To have that confidence. And go ahead now and let that waterfall continue down, cleansing, clearing your sacral chakra. And this is our sexual and creative energy center. This is where our creative potential is stored, our sexual energy is stored. And so go ahead and just envision a healing happening to your inner goddess, God, your inner child, any part of you that really needs a healing, a sexual healing, a healing from any trauma. And go ahead and envision a beautiful orange shawl being draped around your inner child or inner young one, inner God goddess. And that this is just completely clearing any trauma, any inferiority complex, any of that. And also activating your passion, your creative energy. And go ahead and envision yourself doing something that you love, that you're passionate about, to the best of your ability. And in your mind's eye, of course, you can do it 100 times better than what you think you can do. And the more you do that in your mind's eye, the more you bring that into your actual reality. The inner creates the outer. And that's something that Jesus taught that didn't quite get translated accurately. A lot of teachers teach this. The inner creates the outer. Buddha teaches this. Waterfall continuing down, cleansing, clearing your root chakra now of any survivor anxiety, of any survivor mode, of any victim mentality, all those kinds of patterns that hold us back, that keep us in lack, that keep us in fear, that keep us in anger. And just feeling that complete clearing of all of that density, and an activation of our multidimensional ability to manifest our most optimal future by assuming we can get there, by knowing that whatever we dream of, we're going to be able to access much more naturally when we really assume that we're going to get there. And so it's just really bringing that intelligence from our higher self into this chakra, connecting the two, connecting that knowing from our higher self, having a clear channel, again, from our higher self right all the way down to our root chakra, and feeling just really grounded and secure. Envisioning our higher self in the driver's seat, and any wounded part of ourself in the back seat with the seatbelt on, feeling really safe and taken care of. And now let that waterfall flow into Mother Earth. And now let Mother Earth's love and wisdom flow up your pranic tube through your root chakra. And the pranic tube runs all the way through your chakras, all the way up, connecting Divine Feminine Mother Earth with Divine Masculine Father Sun. And now let the alchemy of that union of Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine energies flow back down your chakra, your crown chakra, right down your pranic tube, out to every chakra, out to every cell in your body, out to your auric chakra. It's like just right around your auric field. And down through Mother Earth, through your feet, connecting roots of love and light from your feet into Mother Earth, into the core of Mother Earth, really grounding this healing in. And letting that love and light settle around your auric field as a protective shield in the shape of a pyramid with a sphere around it. And put that same shield around your loved ones, around me and my loved ones, around all of humanity, around the earth, the air, the animals, the water, around all sentient beings. And we ask for protection from anyone's malevolent behavior, mental illness, or mistake, from any natural disasters, biowarfare, or viruses. We ask for humanity to be lifted back into sovereignty. We thank our guides. We thank our higher selves. Ahom Atakwes in all my relations. Namaste.